live, and I believe that we are.
Yeah.
We are. So for everybody listening, I have a great talk hanging out with some friends, but you might say, why the yay? Because if you notice I put approximately 8 p.m. on everything I put up, and that's because going live isn't as easy as it was a while ago. And you see, I have this different tone color from what I had. I had to switch cameras tonight, but here we are every night making it. No matter what. So tonight we have Jessica Canino, Kadis. Jessica, say hello to everybody. Tell them the name of your school and where you're from.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica, like you said, and my dance studio is Creative Dance Studio, and we are in Plantation, Florida.
How long have you been open?
5 years.
She's a baby in this business,
yes.
lady. I need you to be gentle tonight, okay? Thanks for being with us, Jessica. Miss Patti, tell everybody about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Patti Eisenhauer. I have the Patti Eisenhauer Dance Center, and this is our 39th year in Franklin, Massachusetts.
Ooh.
How many years did you just say?
This is our 39th year in
Wow.
Franklin. Franklin, Mass.
Miss Patti,
I'm old.
No.
If you're old, I'm old, so you're not old because I'm not old.
Hey, I could go to the store early today and get toilet paper. You have to be 60 years old to go in early, and you have to show your ID. And they go, you're not 60. And I said, I sure am. Here's my ID. I was so proud of it.
Oh, I got to go look at these elderly benefits. Might be time.
Right? You should be doing that.
Opens up an hour early for old people.
I want to say congratulations. Melissa, tell everybody about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Hoffman from Hudson, New Hampshire. My school's name is Melissa Hoffman Dance Center, and this is our 30th season. 4 years till I can get my toilet paper early. So.
I'm a couple of years out if you guys are wondering. And Jessica, we don't care. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be a fun night. I want to ask each of you, this is where, and we're gonna laugh some more because I've decided that's what tonight should be more of. But a lot of people are in day 5, 6, 7, 8 of this and have managed to get things online, have managed to make a decision they're not going online, whatever. For those who are trying to keep it going, how are you feeling today? I need our viewers to know. Miss Patti.
Well, a lot better than a week ago. Like 2 days in, I felt very anxious, upset, didn't know what to do. We're always planners. Every day at the studio, something comes up, you figure out how to fix it. We couldn't fix this. And we knew with meeting with my daughter that we had to do something online. And my daughter-in-law, she had worked at a hospital, and she said, well, we have our meetings on Zoom. So it just happened. And she hooked us up, and my daughter's taken it, to a whole new level. We did a lot of video classes, and we did like 30 videos last week and sent everybody a video of some sort, whether it's a ballet class or their whole class, and every recital routine went out last week. And then our first live classes were Saturday And it was fantastic. A lot of I miss yous, I love yous, and I ended up leaving with joy tears instead of I don't know what I'm going to do tears. It was very well worth it. I'm glad we did it. I'm not technology savvy in any way, and I was talked through it, and I'm so pleased. And the kids were just so happy. We had a lot of compliments and a lot of email feedback from parents. And some of them jumped in on the Zoom and waved and said hello to us too. So it's got turned completely around. I'm happy we did it.
Any parents saying we can't do this? And pardon my camera, I'm gonna try to fix it as we're moving along. I think I got it. No, not really.
I
tried.
haven't had anyone say they can't do it. Not one person has said they can't do it. We had one person that her husband's losing the job and asked if we would postpone payment. And we said, absolutely. And then one is not sure about coming back until September. Other than that, 99.9% our people are thrilled and they're looking forward to our schedule next week. We did 11 live classes this week. Next week, we have 35.
Okay, so next week at this time, I want to talk to you about stress level. Got a minute?
Absolutely. Well, you know, what's funny is my daughter was saying I can do them all. Well, after this week, it's exhausting. It takes more out of you than a regular class. You don't have them going across the floor. So you're talking and you're doing a lot more. So we divvied it up a little bit and it should work great. The kids can't wait.
Awesome. Jessica, what are you doing at this point to keep in touch?
So like most people that I've been in contact with, we developed like an online, I call it like my virtual dance studio. We have not done any live classes yet because technically this week we're on spring break. But I did send an email saying that we were going to just keep putting content out for the kids to stay active because they're at home doing nothing. So parents were super appreciative of that. But basically we've been filming all of our classes, all of our levels, myself and my assistant director. And we've been putting them in our Facebook group. It's a private group, so obviously they have to be enrolled in their classes to be in the group. But once they're in the group, they're basically able to take any class that's there. So we put coloring pages on there. We put challenges, word search puzzles and bingo. And I was telling them earlier that we are doing a ton of games and things, and we're just trying to keep our faces, in the forefront of their minds so they don't forget about us. And then once we come back from the spring break, hopefully we'll be able to do the live classes with them as well.
Okay. How you feeling? You seem like you're smiling a whole lot over there.
Well, there's not much else we can do. It's just taking it one day at a time. I'm hopeful that everything's gonna hopefully go back to normal at a decent time, but I also am trying to just stay prepared. Yeah, I think I was a little more stressed out before I had the virtual studio going. But once I had that up and running and set up, I felt much better about myself, and the parents were a lot more receptive to it than I thought they would have been. Most of them are extremely grateful for the fact that we're putting content out there. And I was talking with my assistant director about it, and it was the parents that I wouldn't have expected to be so excited about it. So obviously I know like my teen parents and the kids that have been with me forever, they're not going anywhere and they're gonna love everything we put out. But it was the newer parents that are new this year and they take one class on Saturday morning that were so appreciative of it. So that's what kind of made me feel better about it. Like, oh, okay, the parents are willing to do this. So once that was put out, I did start feeling better. But in the beginning, I was a little stressed out.
Okay, great. Thank you. Miss Melissa. I probably talked to you last Thursday. You and I called you about something I was thinking and you were working your butt off then. Have you stopped?
No, no, I don't think we've worked this hard in forever. Forever. But it's necessary. For me at this point, I just said to my staff yesterday, this is all about retention at this point. This is about doing our best to retain most of these kids. I mean, there are going to be some that drop. I'm not allowing anyone to drop because of lost jobs. We're going to carry them as best we can, because that's what we're asking people to do with us. We're asking people to work with us. This isn't the format they signed up for. We know that, but they also know that that's all we can do. So we're asking them to be patient with us. Therefore, those people who are out of the jobs, I'm not charging. I'm not, and it's not that I have it. I'm not loaded and I don't have this big safety net, if you will. But I think that, giving back like that will go a long way to keeping kids next year. But we've so far done mostly pre-recorded classes. We're up to over 100 classes up online right now. So every single class, we run 114 classes a week, and every single class, we combine, like there's a preschool 1 class up for all 4 classes, but this week it's recital review week. So they have film of themselves doing it that we taped the week. I knew this was going to go down, so we taped everything with the kids, and then this separate video of the teachers reviewing. Next week we're going to 15 classes live, and then the following week I think we're going to go full out live. I think I'm going to try to pare it down to 80 classes a week, though 115 a week is really daunting to me. But that's a lot to do live. But I think that our kids who come 10, 12 hours a week, we're supplementing them in other ways. They're also the same kids that have opportunities to do a lot of master classes throughout the year that we don't charge them extra for. So, we will supplement them in that way. I will be honest, I'm still one of those people who's hanging on the fence a little bit about charging tuition at full rate. I'm just a little bit on the fence, and I'm not saying go half, and I don't want to belittle the work we're putting in, because we're putting in more work, but I'm still hearing this isn't exactly what we signed up for. I'm hearing it. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. So what I've decided is we're a prepay studio. So in March, they actually paid for April. So I'm suspending the April payment, which technically is for May, with the hopes that we open May 1st, and then they'll pay May 1st for May. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm not dismissing that April payment, and to be forthright with everyone, I'm able to do that because I, got a business line right the days before we were closed down. So I can do that. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do that, so I'm going to take the hit on the front end, not on the back end. Mm-hmm. And I think, when I say hit, I mean, we're going to, somewhere along the line, no matter how hard we're working, there's going to be a little bit of loss. Hopefully it's just a little bit.
Understood.
Yeah. So that's where we're at right now. For me, actually, today was the roughest of the whole gamut, because we came out ahead of this. We already had classes taped before they shut our schools down. So I felt so good, but our plan has changed 5 times since we started. And today I kind of feel like I'll be fine by tomorrow morning, but I feel like, and this is a great time to be doing this because we're having fun. But I think we need to expect that. I think all the things that the dance world coming together and all of us working together. I know those of us in my area, New Hampshire, are talking a lot, just online about how we're handling tuition. So we're all kind of in line and not competing with each other, if you will. And so that we all, we have a united front, if you will, because when Susie says, oh, but at that school, they're charging half. And at this school, we're all, trying to stay in alignment so that we all survive this and we all come out strong. So, yeah. So we're going.
I have an opinion on this topic.
Yes.
But I'm afraid of people who might think differently. So if you have a different opinion, you have to go with your own instinct.
Absolutely.
I'm saying that to everybody listening. Okay? Ahead of time. My policy has been to move forward, but have a plan for every single person who needs help.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
So instead of saying I'm not hitting the button, I'm hitting the button. If a mom calls me and says these kids or whatever can't do class because my husband lost his job, at that moment in my head, I already have a policy to somehow help that parent.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So when it comes to the charging for the dance lessons, Melissa,
Yes.
you're paying your staff full-time, you're paying the bills full-time. If they'll support your small business also because they have a small business, I want you to think about it because it's generous. I'm hearing lots of school owners go, I'm having trouble with that, and I get it. And maybe I should be having trouble with it. That's why I don't know if my opinion is right here.
I don't think there is a right opinion, Rhee. I think,
Okay.
you know what I mean? I don't think there's a right or a wrong one, I guess, is really what I'm gonna say. My intellect tells me we all, especially if we're making all this effort, you're right, we're paying our staff, and my intellect tells me that. My heart beats a different.
Okay.
And so that's my struggle. That's my struggle. As of today, I'm going forth with charging tuition. I'm foregoing April, but only because they've already paid for April.
No,
not
I got
because
it. I got it.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, yes. But you're right. You're right. Yeah.
It's if they want it and we can produce the product, even if it's 80% of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't mean we've lost the 20 or we're closing them out.
Yeah.
Let us figure it out.
Right.
Right. Right.
Okay, let's move on to
All right.
some smiley subjects.
We're on.
How's your how do you keep your staff going, excited? How are you feeling about that? How's that going? Miss Patti.
Well, they're all younger than me. So they're not worried about this. They were nervous and anxious and excited. And each day that we've done this live, they've loved it. And they felt the connection with the kids, and they've all had emotions with it. And they all want to continue to work.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what I did is, because I have 4 people that rely on their mortgage payments from my paying them, I asked them all to collect that special unemployment. And I'm collecting all these hours, and I'm going to give them a nice big check, and it will be like getting paid again, right when we're back to work. And they're all really great about it.
Okay.
And they don't even want to put their hours down. I said, I need you to put your hours down. So I've been on them. They're just an amazing family. I'm like, I want to be able to pay you. You will get paid. And of course, we're a little different with our payments. It's not just classes that are in it. They've already gotten costumes. They have them.
Oh, right. You're a big
Your
bundle.
bundle.
I'm
Yeah.
a bundle. So the classes is only one portion. So I have an easier thing, I think, because I say, well, you've already gotten your costumes. They get a free summer intensive. They have all these things that are included in that. So that's just a little small thing. And last week, we counted that as our April break. So this week, we started the live classes. So we feel we're pretty covered. They're getting classes. And you know what? When we get back, all said and done, I'll add a month on to the end of the season. Whatever has to happen. This thing, I think we're changing daily.
Yeah.
But we still need, my rent's $8,000 a month. I need income. I don't have that floating around for a couple of months.
Wait, you have to stop right now. Because some of you, when I went on this subject, you'd say, what's funny about that? Miss Patti, for the heck. Tell them, we got to do it fast because I want to get a lot in, but where was your school when it started and how many students did you have?
It first started in my mother-in-law's house, and there were 50 students. And
How many years did you do it just like that and not even really make any money?
oh gosh, probably 10 years. You know, it was a hobby and everyone called us the hobby. And my husband had a great job. He was an engineer. So it was kind of a hobby. I never felt the pressure. And loved what I did, and the kids loved coming, and we went with that. When I started going into a building, you know, you had to pay bills, you know, it had to change a little bit, and it had to become more of a business than a hobby. But yeah, we had 50 kids for quite a while.
And I know that you were not, oh please, I hope I'm not you were not a businesswoman.
Not at all.
And
No.
you were an artist. You are an artist. I'm not saying you're not an artist. You are an artist who has become a businesswoman. And I want to say that what's so cool about that is in the last 4 or 5 years, you became the bundling go-to person. And you really came up with a system that worked for you personally, a system that worked so you could keep payroll going, pay all the fees you had to pay.
Yes.
And look at you now.
Yes.
Find a fly swatter or something and pat yourself on it.
Well, you know, we also are 99% all auto pay as well. We only allow people to do that. The 1% that doesn't, they come in on the first, they hand me cash or a check. And that's only a
Okay.
few people that have been with us. So
Smart girl.
it's worked out.
I forget what we're talking about. But
Something funny.
I mean, I'll go to funny in 1 minute. But maybe this will get funny. Melissa, how are you communicating, keeping faculty going? Keeping them upbeat, because I know you are trying to stay upbeat yourself. How do you keep the others upbeat? Or
You know
are
what?
you, and do they dislike you at this time? Go ahead.
No, I know. I you know what? No, I have. They're keeping me upbeat. They're just man, oh man, are they the best? And I've known that for a long time, but we see really true colors right now, and we're having a blast. The first few days we were taping, we could be really together. We weren't really, you know, at that point where we had to be 6 feet apart. And although you guys may have seen one video up on Facebook when we were goofing with "you can't touch this," there's a whole video of "you can't touch this." So like we're running around, and Katie, our gal, who's our videographer, is chasing us around with cameras, and we're all like, we're stretching at the bar, but we have our gloves on. Like that's the kind of stuff that we're doing. You know, the teachers, I mean, they've been awesome. A couple of them came to me today and said, you know, you're paying us our our regular hours, yet taping's taking less time. Do you want us to come in and wash walls? Do you want us to come in and do this? So you know, if I have to say anything, they're keeping me, you know, I steer the ship, if you will, but they're really on it. And we're doing things like, one of the teachers went in on Sunday and she read the kids a book, but she acted out the whole freaking book. I looked at the post and I was,
oh, wait. In New England, that's not a swear, everyone.
oh, freaking, I said, freaking.
Okay.
Is that a swear somewhere else?
No, I don't know.
Oh, all right. I don't know. So I think we're all uplifting each other, and it's
okay, good.
Yeah, good. So that's good. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I love that you said they're doing it for you, because sometimes you need that as well.
Yep.
Jessica, what are you doing to keep in touch with your staff? And
yeah, so pretty much the same thing. We're all just we are not completely locked down, so we can still, I mean, no more than like 5 to 10 people in a space and 6 feet apart, but my assistant director, she, in the beginning, we were both very nervous, but she's having a blast now. And 2 of our older girls have been so great, and they've been coming in and like demonstrating for all of our videos, and they're loving it because they're taking like 5 dance classes a day. And then like my tap teacher came in the other day, and she was just so grateful to just be able to work. So I think, as like I said, we're in spring break right now, so we're closed. There's not a lot of classes. My assistant's been in here just filming content so we can put it up next week and whatnot. But as with the rest of my teachers, I told them if they can come in their regular hours, they can come in during the day or in the evening. And if they want to film videos, we can put them up, or we can go live, and hopefully I'll still be able to, you know, compensate for their regular payments. So they're all just, I think they're just grateful for the fact that I'm giving them the opportunity to still work.
Okay. I asked that question because I think in this high stress, we need to maintain as much of the team spirit as we can.
Yeah.
And maybe, I know I've been saying leader, leader, leader through this whole thing, because that I've been trying to be that person, but getting it back from the others is also important too. And I am, and we have to recognize that.
Yes.
Miss Patti, want to hang out and tell some stories for a minute?
Hey, why not?
I mean, others, I want you to stay with us. Okay, I'm going to ask you about your funniest moment with Sherry Gold and dancing with Rennie and I in the Gold School. But tell everybody first okay, I'm backing up because I jumped. Patti and I danced together. Oh, we were older dancers dancing together in the professional class at my mother's studio. We performed together. You really weren't a tap dancer when you walked in the door.
No.
Tell everybody about tapping, being maybe 9 months pregnant and breaking your foot.
Oh, God. I forgot about it. Well, I was going, and we went around poles, if I can remember. We had to do single pickups on one leg, and every 4 she added something, and she yelled it out. All right, shuffle, flat pickup. And I just literally flipped over, and she's like, oh my God.
Didn't you hit the pole with your foot? Am I right?
I did. I hit the pole, and then it slammed on the ground, and went to the doctors the next day, and it was broken, and I had the shields put all over me. And your mom was horrified. She was really sweet, though. And the second my daughter was born, she bought her an outfit every day that I went there. Every
Really?
She had from some little boutique, some little fancy boutique.
I know where the boutique was. It's
oh
funny
my God.
you should say that, because that was when my niece was born.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things my mother liked to do the most.
She loved it.
Didn't. If you had a boy, she wasn't
Yeah.
into it. You had a girl.
Well, she also had red hair. So she always wanted to carry Ashley so people would think it was her granddaughter. And then her hair was really red. Like, whatever. But she bought her an outfit every day that I went there. I'll never forget it.
So funny.
Beautiful, beautiful, unreal outfits.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it was great.
What's one of your funniest memories from our rehearsals, late nights at the Boston studio that we can say in front
On
of?
air.
On air. Well, I mean, we're in just a little town, and Brockton's a little more, street savvy. Let's put it this way.
Which is where our studio's from, if those of you.
It's awesome. And what happened is we were given a schedule for our rehearsals, and I'll never forget it. One of the things, I think it was White Horse, said, or I forget exact, but it said 2:00. And I went up to somebody, I said, that's 2 p.m., right? And they said, oh no, that's 2 a.m. And I go, what? So when does it go till?
No,
everyone-
I don't necessarily remember that, but I cannot doubt it.
I had never heard of anything like that. And of course, we all did it. Everyone's laying there sleeping in between. And someone, it might have even been you, I had fallen asleep in a straddle. I was stretching and I literally fell asleep and someone had to wake me up. Okay, it's time, next rehearsal. And it was fun times. I mean, everybody just worked, but she did back to back to back numbers. You know, it was a whole show and I can't even remember what it was for.
And listen, that's what we would do. We would dance. It would be a show. There'd be like 7 or 8 dancers, and we would go for 45 minutes to an hour without stopping. Costume changes.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about White Horse Reel.
Oh my God.
But I'll also say maybe we're going to get all the dancers together one night and we'll just throw out the name of a number, right?
Oh my God.
Because
Diane Kelly saved me for that. We got the costumes and someone made we had a white cowboy shirt, but we wore these little white trunks and mine were like an inch. And Diane Kelly goes, she can't wear those. And she literally went home and made them on her own sewing machine and made me a new pair of trunks. I'm like,
really?
oh, yeah. But that was funny. But we performed that at Terpsichore.
Yes, we
Like
did.
a live performance.
Okay, so those of you that are listening and go, what's this White Horse thing? My mother created this piece of choreography that was awesome. Okay, and the audience went nuts. And maybe some of them knew stuff we didn't know. That's why they were going nuts too. I don't know if it was the choreography, but I'm going to say a year into dancing this number in clubs and everything, somebody comes up to my mother and goes, you know, that whole song is about cocaine.
Yep.
And we're like, ride the white horse.
Yep.
We had to continue to do it and make believe nobody told us because we had nothing else to put in.
Ay, 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 ay.
Oh.
The good old days. It was so good though. That's the funny thing. None of us knew it either.
Oh, that's what I want to say. Everybody who's young who's listening to this, you don't know it. You're living through the good old days. You may stay up all night, right? And you may like go, oh my God, another rehearsal. And you might be dancing with the broken toe. And you might be dancing with the clothes that you danced in 5 days ago that smell.
Oh, yeah.
This is the best time of your life, you guys, and you're going to get together with your friends like this about 8 years after it's passed.
8 years, yeah.
Probably more like
no, why did you do that?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're going to laugh that the hard times were the best times.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Which was a good point.
Mhm.
Okay, I hope we made everybody laugh. I think that we'll continue to do that as time goes on. All right. Thank you, Miss Patti. Melissa and Jessica, got any final words of wisdom to share with everybody, or a message, or?
I think, I think keeping in mind that we're all just doing the very best we can, and really, really trying not to take anything personally from your clientele. Everyone is hurting right now. Everyone's angry. Everyone's antsy from being, in their homes, and gosh, they're all turned into homeschoolers now. And so if people, aren't happy with what you're doing or whatever, in general, you get attacked, it's not about you. So try to buckle up and just, and know that you're doing the very best you can, and try not to let that piece of it bother you. I think once we're in the groove, I know once we're totally in the groove, this will calm down for us and we won't feel like we're sleep deprived. I think that we're going to come out stronger and wiser, And up here, we'll never have a snow day again. No question about it.
Right.
We're gonna all now have online on snow days.
Yes.
It's, yeah, right? Yeah.
During
Perfect.
hurricanes.
We've learned so much. We've learned so much.
You really have.
So, yeah.
Can I just correct one thing for the record?
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm sleep deprived.
You don't? I do.
No, I am sleep
Oh,
deprived.
all right. Okay.
That
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, did I say feel like?
yeah, that's why I wanted to correct the record, because that's where my mind went.
You were right. I am sleep deprived and you are too.
Yes. But listen, I'm coming to you, Jessica.
It's all good.
This is what we need to everybody who's listening. As I'm here and thinking about this and talking to Patti and the ability to laugh, what we're doing right now is what we need. I need it. I know Melissa, and I know this is probably for you guys, Melissa, you probably would rather be figuring out what tomorrow's classes are going to be.
No, I'm happy talking to you guys.
I want you to know I appreciate that time. This is how we have to be through this whole thing.
Absolutely.
And yes, find some time to laugh. And don't think more than a week. I keep trying to say that to people because things will change. Dance as long as you can dance.
Yep.
Plan as long as you can plan. That's the one thing we know we can do.
Exactly.
Jessica, final words here.
I'm just trying to stay positive throughout all of this. You know, this too shall pass. And who knows, I think, like we said, no more snow days. We don't have snow days in Florida, but if the hurricane happens and we have power, you know, we can do our classes this way. So I'm just trying to consistently look at the positive. Like, this was a crazy situation and it kind of threw us into the virtual world really quickly. But now that we all kind of figured it out, who knows what other great things can come from it. I was even saying, you know, keeping this virtual studio going, everybody's loving it. It's adding an additional sense of community to our studio. Like I said before, everybody's getting involved. The parents are having fun. We're doing games on there for them. So I think even just continuing this just adds even more of that sense of being a part of something. So I just think that's so cool. And I just trying to keep things simple, fun. The kids are frustrated. They want to be here just as much as we want them here. So I just trying to be a positive light in what's going on right now for them. So yeah, that's just stay positive and just remember that eventually this will all blow over and we can go back to whatever our new normal is after that.
Yes.
Yeah, good point, Jessica. It will be a new normal.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a better normal.
I agree.
It makes us appreciative. I'm finding I'm so appreciative of all of my staff, all of my students, these dancers that have been with us a long time. I'm very appreciative. And each day we close out the classes and I'm flood of tears of joy and how lucky we are that we have these families in our lives and they looking for us to be in their kids' lives. I'm very appreciative.
Wow. It's all about that feeling on the inside. You guys.
Absolutely.
Everybody can feel it, and that's who we are. We distribute that feeling. I might have been able to say that in a more artistic way, but
it's all good.
Yeah, we're passing on the passion is how I normally say it. The world needs passion right now.
Yes.
And maybe somebody's listening and going, I can't be happy right now. I'm going to lose my business. There isn't anybody on this call having this conversation with me right now or listening to this that isn't wondering that same thing. And let me go one more place. I put 35 years into this. How can I lose it? Chances are you're not going to. So why not go through the first 2 weeks and figure out how that, I can't remember how many years, but 30-something-year-old business can stay functioning in this new world. And I'll throw something in the entrepreneurs' heads out there, these dance studio owner heads. Don't do it today. Who says our preschool programs are not one in-house class and 2 online classes?
Could be a new program we start.
Yep. we
That's
start.
all I want to say, because I know people start going, what would you charge for that? We're
I
not
know.
there yet. What days will work for that?
True.
We're not there. But what we are is keeping ourselves going and looking at possibilities.
True.
And this was a blast. I needed
Was.
it.
Good.
Good.
Thank you, Rhee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm reset. I'm all set now.
Reset.
I'm reset.
I love you guys.
Love you too, Rhee.
Love you.
Take care. I'm going to figure out how to shut us down. So don't say anything you don't want to say in front of everybody.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.